Learning objectives. After completing this module, learners will be able to explain the distribution of land and how it is utilized, list the ways to conserve land resource, discuss about soil and factors leading to its formation, recall about degradation of soil and conservation measures, explain water as a resource and problems of water availability, explain conservation of water resources, explain natural vegetation and wildlife, its distribution and conservation. Land. The area covered by land is 30% of the total area of Earth. Reason for uneven distribution of population. Irregular topography, steep slopes of the mountains, low-lying areas capable of waterlogging, desert areas, thick forest. Land use is defined as the utilization of land by humans for various purposes like agriculture, forestry, building roads, and setting up industries. Important determinants of land use pattern: physical factor, topography, soil, climate, mineral, availability of water. Human factors, population, technology. On the basis of ownership, land can be classified into: private land is defined as the land claimed by individual people. Example, flat, bungalow. Community land is defined as the land owned by a group of people for common use. Example, parks, markets. The major damage to environment is caused by land degradation, landslides, soil erosion, desertification. Conservation of land resources. Keeping a check on present rate of degradation of land, afforestation, land reclamation, regulated use of chemical, pesticide and fertilizers, checks on overgrazing of land by animals. Soil. The grainy thin-layered substance covering the Earth's surface is called soil. It is made up of organic matter, weathered rock, and ore minerals. Weathering is defined as the breaking down or dissolving of rocks and minerals on Earth's surface by water, ice, acids, salt, plants, animals, and changes in temperature. Factors affecting soil formation: climate, relief, time, parent rock, flora, fauna, and microorganism. Factors which lead to soil degradation are deforestation, overgrazing, overuse of chemical fertilizers and pesticides,
rainwash,
landslides, flood.
Measures for conservation of soil.
Mulching. It is defined as the covering up of empty ground between plants with organic matter like straw. Advantage: helps to retain soil moisture. Contour barriers. In this method, barriers and trenches are made one after the other along the outline of the farm using stone, gram, soil. Rock dam. Rocks are piled up to slow down the flow of water. This prevents formation of gullies and loss of soil. Terrace farming. A sloped plain is cut into series of broad flat steps or terraces so that flat surfaces are available for growing crops. It helps in reducing surface runoff and soil erosion. Intercropping, growing of different crops in alternate rows and sowing the seeds at different times in order to protect the soil from rain wash. Contour plowing. It is the method of plowing crops parallel to the outline of a hill slope. A natural barrier is formed which prevents the water from flowing down the slope. Shelter belts. In this method, the rows of trees are planted to check the wind movement to protect soil cover in the coastal and dry regions. Natural vegetation and wildlife. Natural vegetation and wildlife exist only in narrow zone between lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere, and this narrow zone is called biosphere. The dependence of all the living beings on each other in the biosphere is called ecosystem. Importance of vegetation. Plants provide us timber, give shelter to animals, produce oxygen we breathe, protect soil, act as shelter belts, help storage of underground water, gives us fruit, nuts, latex, paper, gum, etc. Wildlife. Wildlife includes animals, birds, insects, and aquatic life forms. Importance of wildlife. They provide us milk, honey, meat, and wood. Help in pollination of flower, example, bee. Play as decomposers in ecosystem. Helps in maintaining balance in ecosystem. Example, vulture is a scavenger and hence feeds on dead livestock to keep the environment clean. Natural vegetation and wildlife. Distribution of natural vegetation. The growth of vegetation depends on temperature, moisture. Types of major vegetation. Forests. Huge trees are found in the areas of heavy rainfall and abundant water supply. As the amount of moisture decreases, the size of trees and density reduces. Grasslands. They are found in the regions of moderate rainfall, forming the grassland of the world. Scrubs. Grown in dry areas of low rainfall. They have deep roots and leaves with thorny and waxy surface to reduce loss of moisture through transpiration. Tundra. Found in cold polar region. Example, mosses and lichens. Types of forest. Depending on when they shed their leaves. Evergreen forest. They do not shed their leaves in any season of the year. Deciduous forest. They shed their leaves in a particular season to minimize the loss of moisture through transpiration. On the basis of their location, evergreen and deciduous forest are further divided into tropical forest, temperate forest. Factors causing extinction of resources. Forest fires, tsunami and landslides, changes in climate, human interference, deforestation, soil erosion, constructional activities, poaching of animals for illegal trade of teeth, skin, horns, nails and feathers. Examples, lion, tiger, elephant, crocodile.
Most successful examples to protect our natural vegetation and wildlife are developing national parks, biosphere reserves, and wildlife sanctuaries. It is also important to conserve lakes, creeks, and wetlands from depletion. CITES, the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Flora and Fauna, is an international agreement between governments. Its aim is to ensure that international trade in specimens of wild